all of you. Nice to see you here. Listen, this is an especially good show tonight. The guests are just fantastic, and we're all in sync with the crowd. And it's a pleasure to bring out this next guy. Let me just tell you something about him. You've seen him on NBC's Superstore, CBS's Angel from Hell, and this is not happening on Comedy Central. So you can see him this weekend at the La Jolla Comedy Store. Best room. Have you ever played there before?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's killer. With Dan Cummins.
Yeah, Dan Cummins.
So
yeah.
give it up for Jon Huck, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I wish I was going to La Jolla with you,
I
man.
know it's a fantastic room. Those crowds are always amazing. I like the staff.
Rich and amazing.
Yeah. You do a lot of boat jokes. A lot of boat jokes.
You go to the city limits and it says La Jolla, California. You know, 98%. The Census Bureau says 98% white, 2%. What the hell are you doing in La Jolla?
Yeah, 2%. We're gonna call the cops now. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You've got a wedding anniversary coming up?
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people talking about what you can, like, I hear a lot of my friends like, oh, you get older, you're married, it gets stale, and I'm just like, no, gotta play games, man. Gotta play games. Like, me and my wife, we have a good time, right? We play games. Like, my wife loves this one game. She likes to come into the room and ask me what I'm watching on TV when I'm already watching something on TV. It's a fun game, guys. It's so fun. We have the best time. Oh. I like playing the game where she comes home with groceries and struggles to get in the door and then has to lug all the shit to the kitchen. And then from the other room, I just go, hey, can I help you with that? It's a fun game, guys. So much fun. You got to keep it fresh when you're married.
Where did you meet her?
I met her at a disgusting bar show in Playa del Rey.
Was she the door prize or something?
She was actually in the audience. She tried to, after the set, like I saw her from the stage and was like, oh, I should talk to her. And then I was like, you know what? I should maybe leave her alone. Like, I just don't bother. She seemed nice. I was like, I'm not going to harass her. I'm just going to leave her alone. And afterwards, she came up to what I thought she was trying to hug me, but I guess she was just going to cheers me and then walk by. So I put my drink down and hugged her. And she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I thought you wanted a hug. She goes, I don't even know you. Why would I want a hug from you? I was like, I have no idea.
That gives me hope.
Yeah. Not even that. I tried walking away from her several times. She said she lived in Playa del Rey, and I was like, okay, goodbye. Like, I live in Hollywood. I'm not gonna drive 12 miles.
The 12 hardest miles in LA.
Look, I like having sex, but I don't like traffic. So I almost walked away from the whole thing. I got lucky though.
I mean, people watching from around the country, let me tell you, those are 12 tough miles.
Look, if I wasn't
La
a comedian,
Cienega, 405.
Yeah, if I wasn't going out there like 11:30 at night,
right?
Because I would wait till my shows were over, and then I don't like. This is a little personal, but I don't like taking a shit in things that aren't my own bathroom. So I would then get up at like 5 a.m. and drive all the way back to Hollywood so that I could, take my have my morning duties in my own toilet.
There is such a thing. What do they call too much information?
Yeah, probably. I probably should have stopped at the I don't like traffic part. Yeah, that would have been better.
Well, everybody ate about 3 hours ago. You don't need to remind people what's going on in their stomach. Well, so tell me about some of the crazy projects you're working on.
Right now, I've just finished a web series called My Death Co., which is I play a guy in his 40s who kills himself and wakes up in the afterlife to realize that he has a job, and his job.
You mean what?
Yeah, he's been pushed into the Reaper division of the afterlife, and his job is to then find people who are about to die and help transition them into their afterlife and find closure for them. So it's a kind of a fish out of water, awkward. He's an idiot. He's not very good at the job. So it's a dark comedy of helping people come over.
It's what like
to
James Mason did in Here Comes Mr. Jordan.
I mean, you're going a little bit, yeah. I don't know that was James Mason done up. Like I feel because I wear like whitish, like I look dead.
No.
And then as the show progresses, there's 6 episodes. You can see episodes 1 through 4 on the website, mydeathcode.com. And then episode 5 comes out Friday. And then we're going to have an event to launch to show 6, but that's the series. That's the arc. The whole thing goes 6 episodes. They're about 6 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
And by the end, he's sort of trying to figure out his own purpose.
Right.
And it gets darker and more intense as it goes on.
Now, were you trained in acting?
I did 2 independent movies, and then I watched those movies, and then I took an acting class. I love acting, and I knew after seeing me do it terribly that I could be better. So
Really?
I took a couple classes, and I started to take it a little more serious. You know, it's like
Did
stand-up.
it creep you out to see yourself on screen?
It didn't. I did one thing I did an independent movie called Garbage, and then.
That's a catchy title.
Yeah. It's about two garbage men who find Cuba Gooding Jr.'s Oscar from Jerry Maguire in the trash, and they go to
That's a
return it
funny
to
idea.
him, and they run into a bunch of other weirdos in Beverly Hills and whatever. But
That's a good premise.
yeah, it was a fun movie. I mean, it was great, but that was one of the first things I really acted in. And then I did something for a friend, and the thing I did for the friend came out first. I went to that screening, and I felt I was so bad in that I drove to the director's house of the movie, and I made him. I go, hey, I got to watch a cut of the movie, and he goes, it's not done. I go, I don't care. The screening's next week. I'm not going to come if I'm not good in it.
Wow.
So I go, you got to show me. He goes, you're great in it. I go, I don't believe you. Let me see the movie. So I sat in the lobby of his apartment complex, just like watching this on a laptop. And I was like, by the end, I was like, okay, yeah, all right, I'll come to the screening. Like, it was okay. It wasn't as bad as the thing I had done for my friend, but it was also not good enough that I was like, I don't need any acting classes. Like, I'm a pro. Like,
But you're bashful there, but you'll stand up in front of strangers and make them laugh every night.
right. And again, it was one of those things when I first started doing stand-up, it was kind of like, hey, this is a great way to drink beer and talk to chicks and tell fart jokes and have fun. And then years went by, and I was like, I bet if I took it a little more serious, I could be okay at it. And that's what I did. And it was the same with acting. It's like at first it was like, oh, this is just pretending to be somebody else. And then you realize there's a little bit more to it than that,
Well, where did you start doing stand-up?
I started in Los Angeles. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago. I didn't know you could do stand-up in the city. I moved to LA to get away from just this kind of dead-end life I was headed towards of doing nothing.
Yeah, living in Chicago is dead.
Well, no. I mean, look, Chicago's a great city. I got no problem. I mean, it's got a little gun problem right now, but yeah, it's a great city. I love Illinois. I mean, I'm not ashamed of where I'm from or anything. But
Well, you survived.
I survived. Well, again, the suburbs, man. I'm talking drinking beers in the woods. That was my biggest.
Well, you're out in Homewood Floss with more.
Yeah, a little bit away from there, but yeah, that kind of vibe. And then
I spent a weekend in Kenilworth, and I didn't feel any danger there.
Yeah, no, probably not. But I mean, Los Angeles, I moved to get away from what I was doing, and then I kind of fell into stand-up with my mom going, why don't you go on stage and tell jokes? And me going, you're an idiot. You don't just go on stage and tell jokes. And that's what you do.
Where did you start?
I tried to go up at an open mic at the restaurant. I think it's called Thai, maybe Taix. It's on Sunset.
Yeah.
It's like a French restaurant. I went to that open mic, but I was so nervous that I spent my temp job day writing jokes about taking a dump at work, and then I went home, and because I was trying to ease my nerves, I drank like probably 12, 15 Pabst, and then went to the bar, and then was like, oh, they got a special on rum and cokes, and then had a couple of those. And by the time the show started, I think I heckled. I think it was like 5 seconds in. I was like, boo, or something like that. And the girl on stage didn't miss a beat. She goes, sir, I'm sorry. Are you looking for the Betty Ford Clinic? It's out the door. Take a left. And my buddy had to drag me home. And I woke up the next day, and I go, hey, did I go up? And he goes, dude, you're a huge piece of shit. And I was like, I go, what are you talking about? What happened? And he goes, dude, I had to drag you out of there. And then I go, what about my voice recorder? And I had this.
Oh, no.
With the little tape, I had fallen on top of it. Smashed it.
Thank God.
Yes, that's kind of was like, hope this wasn't on when I was heckling. But then 2 weeks later, I took a bus from Echo Park to North Hollywood, multiple buses, and did the Ha Ha Cafe open mic.
Yeah.
And that was where I started, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, did you started doing the talk shows yet?
No. No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Well, what's your next goal as a stand-up?
I wouldn't mind a late night spot just because those are they look fun more than anything at this point. They don't have the same, like back when you did like the Tonight Show. That's a little different now. There's not the same because people can see you online and
Right here.
YouTube and right here, and so. It's just a little bit. It doesn't hold the same weight it used to, but I would still like to do it just for fun. And I think I've just started to headline. I'm in it about 19 years at this point, so I'm starting to headline clubs, and my goal is to really just keep growing as a comic. Continue to turn over material, continue to get better. You know what I mean? I feel like every time you get an hour together, it's a little better than the last one.
Well, in his 1976 book, Heartland, Mort Saul, great political comedian from yesteryear, he said he had developed in San Francisco at the, what was the name of it? At the Hungry Eye. And he said, he gave some advice I never forgot. He said, if you'll just stand in one place and get great, the world will find you. So if you just concentrate on stand-up, the town will find you, because Hollywood's a very small town.
It's funny. Los Angeles is a very small city. I mean, as spread out as it is, it's very, like I was
astonished. Like 2 weeks after my first Carson shot, how everybody knew I had a drug problem. They love a heartfelt good story. They love a good story. So
absolutely.
Go ahead.
But I don't have. I mean, my goal is to just kind of keep growing and keep, get more clubs that I can headline, and as I do that, grow as an actor as well. I enjoy Los Angeles as a city. I enjoy being here.
Yeah.
So being on the road, it can be a little bit stressful. But I'm not complaining. I love that too.
There's no complaining about the Comedy Store La Jolla. What are you going to talk about this weekend in La Jolla?
This weekend, it depends. My wife is going to come to some of those shows, so I have to figure out.
Come on!
There's a couple things I might have to leave out, but for the most part, my new stuff is about marriage, relationships, and.
And you don't talk about masturbation if your wife is in the crowd.
Oh no! I definitely still talk about that. That's, I think without masturbation, my wife would be very irritated. She's fully aware. Go take care of it.
Oh man, you are a riot. I can't wait to have you back. I want to hear about La Jolla when we move upstairs to the.
Congratulations on they're letting you out of the basement.
Yeah, well, actually, the acoustics are great down here. But what's going to happen is that we're going to be expanding, coming out of the Comedy Channel. It's going to be a whole new huge platform.
Ooh,
and what we've been basically doing with our great crowd here is just getting our act together for that big launch. And,
love it.
And so we're all trying to get good together along with you.
Appreciate it.
So nice to have you back.
Thank you very much.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Jon Huck, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. You were fantastic, buddy. Thank you very much.